To me. Come on. Come on, we're going to show him around. Come on, let's show him around. So we moved out of London to here about 25 years ago. I spent a lot of time visiting my father in the country when I was in London. London roots, but a kind of countryside upbringing. The sheep, the cows, the goats, the geese, the chickens, I mean, it's just like, you know, second nature. And I didn't realise actually how much that impacted on me as a chef for like 20 years. If you put it in the ground, then it grows. You know, this is no chemicals or pesticides. It's just fennel in the ground. And the bugs want it, they have to come and get it. And it grows so virulently. You can't question the fact that it should be on the plate because you grow up with it all around you. Do you want me to bring this one? Is that for the sheep?
No, just leave it there. These guys live in the trees, so you don't have to let them out.
Huh.
They roost in the trees.
Yeah.
Watch out, there's lots of holes everywhere.
Yeah, it's quite...
So if you start falling over, don't blame me. I would get you to sign a disclaimer.
Great to see the bumblebees are still in here. See the pears? Catching that sunshine. That sunshine really makes them sweet. For any chef, or any person really, you need to know where your food comes from. You absolutely need to know where it comes from.
You ready?
What's really important is that as cities grow and get bigger and more children grow up in cities, we have to connect them to nature. Because if you don't, you're going to end up having this complete disconnect and misunderstanding of what food is and why food is important culturally.
Do any of them have names?
Yeah,
My mum
one-eyed.
probably give them names.
One-eyed.
There's one eye somewhere with one eye, obviously. You know, you see this in this setting, but then you come to London and say, my God, you know, being able to tell this story in the city is a very rare experience. The makeup artist turning up, as you say. This is a garden that's been here for nearly 300 years. Originally, it was designed to grow flowers for Highgate Cemetery, which is not far from us. It's called the Highgate Bowl, and we've been turning the Highgate Bowl into we've been turning it back to nature. You can hear, actually, we're in a flux moment. You know, we're taking things down, but putting back a more natural experience on the space. So we're lifting up all of the concrete and laying down meadow, laying down grass, planting trees. It's almost like a dreamscape. Birds singing, bees buzzing. You've got all of the wild meadow flowers. Here is the dock leaves, the plantain, and these beautiful little cups of seeds just ready to give us their next season's bounty. See these bundles of spun? And they're all over the garden at the moment. I don't think they're spiders, I think they're the type of caterpillars. Every 2 or 3 days, something else appears in the garden. Bee, beetle, hoverfly. The apple always goes this colour when it's facing the sun. This is going to be every one of our raised beds, and then some of the beds here, these are going to be high, around this high, and in there is going to be our soil and our compost. And for example, this could be potatoes, that could be asparagus, this one could be strawberries. And in here, we could probably have our celeries or our sea kales, cabbages, beetroot, radishes, rocket, spinach or kale. Leaves, just beautiful. So much of the modern world's cooking just happens, you know, in a grey box, in a black box, in an area that is unseen. And you know, the idea at OmVed Kitchen is that it just strips out all of the barriers between the guest, the garden, the world, and food. Chefs effectively tell stories on a plate of food. You know, chefs tell stories with food. And just one plate of food can tell so much to a guest. And so what we're trying to be here is influential, collaborative, and innovative, and allow chefs to come in and tell their stories.